Behind the scenes of a pina colada shoot. What's up YouTube, and welcome back to my channel. On this channel I talk about everything to do with food and drink photography, so if that interests you, click subscribe down below. I just want to take a second to apologise again for the gap in the videos. I was visiting family, so I just didn't get a chance to film and upload another video. We are sort of definitely into the start of fall or autumn now, so this is going to be the last video in the summer drink series. It's a good one though guys. This is going to be a behind the scenes of a pina colada shoot. This is something that I've been kind of working on for quite a while, so I was really excited to finally get this shoot done. First of all, I wanted to go with a really summery theme. Really wanted to make sure I was adding in some bold colours because I find like my portfolio is lacking in sort of really bright backgrounds, so I went with my orange DIY background. If you do want to see exactly how I created this one, then check this link up here. And I also went for a nice blue, sky blue background to be behind. So we've got the orange one as the surface, so with the drink on top, and a sky blue background as the background. This is definitely giving a really summery vibe. It sort of looks like you're on a beach, which is what I was going for. The other things I plan out ahead of time when creating a shoot is the props that I'm using, the lighting that I'll use, where I'm going to be placing everything like the props and the lighting, and a few different composition techniques that I want to use. If you want to see exactly how I plan out my shoot, then check the link up here where I kind of go through step by step exactly how I plan my shoots out and how I sketch them as well to make it a lot easier on the day when you come to do your shoot. For this video, not only did I want to plan it out like I always do, I also wanted to test making some pina coladas. So I'd never made a pina colada before. I mean, I'd had them in restaurants or on holidays, but I'd never made one myself. So I wasn't quite sure exactly how I wanted to make it. The day before the shoot, so it was a Sunday evening, so great excuse to have a few pina coladas. I tested out exactly how much pineapple juice and kind of ice and coconut cream that I was adding in to each drink to get that sort of perfect yellowy, summery colour. I found that adding a little bit more pineapple juice than you probably would for a normal pina colada looked a little bit more photogenic. So it's really good if it's the first time making something to give yourself that extra day just to plan out so you know exactly what you're going to be doing on the day of your shoot. Also, really good excuse for a few extra pina coladas. I'm not going to complain. When it came to the day of the shoot, I knew exactly how I was going to make my pina coladas. The only difference I made was I didn't add rum. It's 10 AM in the morning and this is just for my portfolio. If I was taking this image for a rum brand specifically, yes, I would have had to add the rum into the drink. I'm not wasting it. I wasn't going to be drinking rum pina coladas at 10 o'clock in the morning on a Monday. I'm not that free-spirited. Now it's time to get started with the actual shoot. And the first thing I normally set up is my lighting. For this, I went for a hard light, so it's going to kind of give it more of a sunny, bright day feel. To create the hard light, I used a small hard reflector with a specular inner, so really shiny inner. This is going to give a much longer, harsher shadow than something like a softbox would. I also lifted the light nice and high to sort of create a mid-afternoon look with a mid-afternoon feel with the light. These are other ways that I've sort of created my summery feel. Best time to have a pina colada is probably about 3-4 PM when you're sat on a beach on a sunny day, not in the rain in Scotland. I created this feel by choosing exactly what lighting I wanted to use for the image. To help me on this shoot, I'm using Capture One to tether to my computer, to tether my camera to my computer. This helps me see the whole scene on a much bigger screen, making it a lot easier for me to know exactly what's going on and sort of see everything's in focus and looking right. To add to this whole summery, beachy feel, I wanted to have a plant's shadow sort of in the background. I've got quite a few real plants around the house, so I sort of tested them out and decided on a cat paw, which is quite bushy and a bit big, and it definitely helped with the sort of placing of the plant. Because these are real, I can't move it around so much, I can't take leaves off, and I'm not going to kill a plant just for the picture. So this one was the one I settled on the most. This took me quite a while actually, probably far too long. I did this first, so it's not going to be sat in front of the light for the whole time, but knowing exactly where it's going to be and which one I wanted to use means it's super quick to just add it in when I'm ready to start creating the drink. I also decided to have this background on an angle. This sort of helps that horizon line lead your eye through the image. This is quite a simple image and it had a lot of background. So having that line between the backgrounds at the back on a diagonal helped lead your eye into the image instead of just being very sort of straight and plain. It's quite a simple image, so this actually adds a bit more interest. If you've got a lot going on, I probably wouldn't recommend it. Also, if you do want to create a similar feeling yourself, make sure that you're putting your image on a diagonal enough that it looks intentional. If it's just a very slight tilt, it's going to look more accidentally uneven, just like a wonky horizon, than deliberate. When I'm placing the glasses, I'm using 3 different glasses, and these are just going to be my dummy glasses, so I can move these around freely without worrying too much about getting fingerprints on them. I'm using 3 because our eyes tends to find things placed with odd numbers a lot more pleasing than even numbers. I place the 3 glasses in a triangle, so following on with that sort of diagonal from the background, we also have diagonal lines in the image tying it all together. After a fair bit of fiddling about with exactly where I want the glasses to be placed, it's time to fill the clean glasses up with a fresh batch of pina coladas. It's always good to make sure that you create your cocktail or pina coladas as the last thing to do, because it does tend to settle when it's been sat a little while, so you want it looking nice and fresh for the camera. I dressed them with a nice fresh bit of pineapple and a straw. When I'm placing these straws, I make sure again that they are leading your eye through the image. The lines in the image are very important with your composition. You need to make sure that they're helping your viewer look through the image instead of guiding them right out of the way. After a quick test shot when the pina coladas were in position, I can see that obviously because the mixture is quite thick, the front of my hero pina colada was a bit dark. I tried adding in a white reflector, but it was still a little bit too dark, so I added in a mirror. I have a little mirror on a swivel which helps me place that highlight just where I want it to be, just enough to add in a bit more light to the front of that pina colada. Now that's the hero shot done. It's looking exactly how I imagined it. It's time to move on to getting a few secondary photos. These are really important to just experiment with when you've got your hero shot, because sometimes it's happened quite a few times with me where the second or third picture I take when I've been moving things around, I actually end up liking it a lot more. And that is how I did my pina colada shoot. Let me know if you guys would like to see exactly how I edited this picture using Capture One, because I've not done a Capture One tutorial yet. It's still quite new to me, so I've not really felt ready to do it. But if you guys want to see it, I'll definitely do a beginner tutorial for Capture One. We are full swing into autumn now, so if there's any sort of autumny or Halloweeny foods that you guys would like to see, either behind the scenes or how to photograph, then let me know and I'll create that video for you. It may be a slight gap until I get my next video out, so thanks for being patient guys, but I am going away for a few days for my birthday. So at the time I'm filming this, my birthday is tomorrow, but this video will probably get out after my birthday. Thanks so much for watching guys. Bye!